What's up and what's good, everybody? It's your girl Abby and I am back with another video. This is part 2 for the Jaidyn Alexis interview. Let's get into it, okay?
Period. Thought it was, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, I hope that there's some type of, some type of answer that comes out of that, but because it would also affect my kids. But I like to stay clear of that because I'm just like, at the end of the day, it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up, and it's just, I don't want to be involved in something like that because even if messed up stuff was happened to me, I don't have to go out of my way to be evil or in any way and, say stupid shit or post certain shit. Like, I don't have to do that, to be happy and be blessed in my life. So, I've been blessed this whole year and I'm going to continue to be. My kids are healthy and beautiful and amazing. Like, they surprise me every day.
Definitely. How old's the boy that I just seen out there?
He's 7.
7.
Yeah,
okay.
He'll be 8 in April.
I seen him out the corner of my eye as I was coming in here. I
my daughter is out there too.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. So is it true that you're dating somebody in the WNBA? That's fake? They were saying I don't even know who this is, but Jocelyn Morris. Is there any truth to that?
She's not the WNBA, but she did play basketball back in the day. But so
this is not a no.
It's like we were, but I feel like there are certain things that happened that I felt like that were clout driven, and I can't decipher it yet. So right now I'm single and I'm dating myself. I'm dating a bag. I'm dating, like my life right now, and I want to, make sure that I'm as happy as I can be before I try to pour into somebody else's life. But I do feel like there were certain things that were done that were clout driven.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that I'm new to the dating world, like seriously dating world, because all the other stuff that I did was kind of just like, I really was with him and I was kind of just stepping out with other girls or whatever. But when it came to her, I tried to take it as serious as I could. But
what was the clout move that she busted that rubbed you the wrong way?
I just feel like I don't like as long as she's known me, I've had a baby dad. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like for you to kind of, mess with me for a year and then try to always bring him up is kind of like
Jaidyn.
And then to like make it seem like that.
Jaidyn. Now you sitting here trying to manipulate people, but you're not gonna manipulate me, okay? How you gonna say, oh, you always knew I had a baby daddy and now you want to bring him up? Sis, she's bringing him up because you be saying, oh yeah, I have a baby daddy. But no, he's really your man on the low when he wants to be. You just said that when he calls you from jail, oh, we not together, but if he want to see something, I'm not going to be selfish. But you got a girlfriend. So like, how serious are you about this whole gay thing or this whole being in a relationship with somebody else? Like, do you think it's okay to always have your baby daddy in the back burner for somebody? Like, that's not right. That's on Jocelyn's behalf. That is not right, sis. Gay or not, that's not right. And that's why she messes with girls, because she's able to get away with, still having Blueface in her back pocket, and that's not fair to somebody. And that's why you shouldn't even get into another relationship, because girl, you ain't never gonna get away from him. So, but don't try to sit here and say that she's wrong for how she feels when you're still messing with this man. And you're going to mess with him when he gets out of jail. Like, be so for real with yourself.
Is the reason that we're
not I don't like her.
Because I have a baby dad when I haven't even gave that I want to be with my baby dad, and I don't
you have.
So
you have.
I kind of just feel like, I don't know if it was like using me for clout or whatever, because I don't know if y'all saw, I took her to the Baddies premiere with me. I've been, on her YouTube. I've been on her TikTok live. I've done stuff like that to kind of feed into her, to pour into her. And I just like, now you want to talk about my baby dad, and I'm just kind of like,
oh shit,
I don't even want to be with him.
Right.
I just covered up the tattoo. Like,
he don't want to be with you.
What's going on?
That's the difference. He don't want to be with you, not the other way around. Because if he sat here and was really like, yeah, I want to take you serious, like, I think we should be together, you're gonna jump at the idea. So be so for real with yourself.
But I'm single right now. I'm dating myself, but that could maybe be a later in life. But right now, I hope she focuses on herself.
And it ended because of this clout chasing stuff?
Yeah, mostly that and because I don't know if she thinks that something's going on, but that's females for
Something
you.
is
So like
going
when
on.
when females are trying to talk to me about something where I'm just kind of like, there's nothing going on,
Yes,
I
there
just kind of
is.
shut down. If I tell you this, that's what it is.
Right.
I don't want to keep talking about something that
Hold on,
like
brief
is not going on.
intermission. Sorry about that, guys.
Right.
And someone that's not here at that, like, how can something be going on?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
There's got to
Easy.
be like a lesbian code of conduct when it comes to baby daddies.
I mean, especially if you knew me before that we were messing around, we were friends, and I still had a baby daddy, and you come and I always had. It wasn't like I just had the baby daddy.
Right.
It wasn't like I just had a kid.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, is that you're trying to make it seem like, yeah, it's my baby daddy, and he here for the kids. No, sis, you be messing around with him on the low. And it's not even on the low. Like, you still got feelings for him. You still be messing with him. If he came to you today and said, I want to be with you, you would jump at that. And that's the problem. And I'm not going to say that she don't see it, because she knows. She's just trying to be manipulative and, act like that's not what's going on. But there's something going on. Clearly, you just said it. You just said it. You said if Blueface need to see that thing, you going to let him see it. So how loyal are you to your girl? You're not. You just playing around with the idea because she's a girl. You see what I'm saying? Because if you was with a man, you wouldn't be doing this. And that's the messed up part of it. You playing with somebody's feelings, and that's not cool.
And so, hey.
It's very interesting though that like you were with this guy for so long who's kind of athletic, big, tall dude, and then you end up with somebody in the WNBA, like the closest to possessing those
She never
attributes.
played in the WNBA.
Oh, right. Whoops,
She just
my
did
bad.
like college basketball or whatever.
I'm sports, so I really miss out on a lot of
she
that.
did like college basketball or whatever it was. But I mean, maybe I have a type. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I'm leaving that where it is, and I'm gonna focus on myself. I mean, I like girls, so if more girls are to come, that's probably what's gonna happen.
More girls to come. Are you quality over quantity or quantity first?
No, I want quality. I think I'm in the point in my life where I would like to, be in the matching PJs for Christmas and shit. But I'm also. I think when I first started dating her, I was, just fresh out of a relationship, trying to be in a relationship, so it kind of was like not balancing out. And like, okay, you might catch me doing this or that, but it was never anything to the point where it's like I'm embarrassing you. Like who cares about that? Like nobody.
Right.
Especially if I'm taking you here and taking you there and posting you and doing all that. So that's where I'm saying, like, when it comes to like being with girls, I feel like I am so traumatized that sometimes I start acting like him. And that's kind of like where I hate, like, I'm mad about myself because I'm like, damn, like.
That's who you learn.
I start
to be in a
acting like
relationship
him
from.
because
Damn
he's
it,
literally my
oh
dad.
God, why am I acting like that?
Like,
but
what?
as like more recently, I was taking it more serious, and it's just like all the questions and insecurities and whatnot, I just can't. I shut down because I'm like, how many times do I got to tell you? And if I've made permanent decisions to try to show you, I don't want to keep talking about this.
So you're more comfortable being the girl in the relationship?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like when it comes emotionally wise, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like you might present as more feminine than the average person that you're going to be with, but then at the same time, I think
Emotionally,
you
I'm-
kind of want to be in control.
Yeah.
Well, with other women. I feel like
Yeah.
you're more submissive to.
No, you
Blue,
want to
but
be able to
that's-
do
that-
whatever you want when Blueface comes around, and let the person that you're with allow that. Cause be for real, like anytime Blueface comes to see his kids, he gonna ask you for some, and you gonna give it to him every time. Cause guess what? He takes care of your whole life. He takes care of everything. He paid for your body. He got the crib for you. So you really don't got say in nothing, and that's the problem that we're having right now.
That's different.
Yeah, and that's like a whole different category.
Yeah.
Like I can't even compare the two because they're so totally different.
And you got into that situation in high school when you were like,
yeah, and
you just
I'm a whole
who you
different
are.
person, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it's kind of where it all gets tricky because I'm a different person than I was a year ago. Like I'm a whole different person. I'm more confident in myself. I am more like standing on business. So when it comes to what I want to do and how I want to do it, and
I hope I hope she keeps this up when he gets out, because between her and Krishan, they're promising a lot of things for their life that they're not going to stand on when Blueface gets out. Like, do y'all notice that? Like, she says she's more confident as a person now, and that's because he's been in jail for the last year. So you've been able to, how should I say, you've been able to get time to yourself to really get to know who you are. You see what I'm saying? With Blueface around, running the streets, wild, and him always in your life, controlling what you do, you're not able to do that. So that's why you feel like you're more confident and you're standing on business, because you're forced to make decisions on your own instead of always running to your baby daddy like, what should I do next? What should I do next? I don't know what to do. Okay? So it's like, yeah, I hope she keeps this energy up. I hope she stands on business when he gets out, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Just saying.
When someone just leaves that was in your life for 10 years and is just gone for a year, you have to kind of start making decisions, especially if you have 2 kids. Like, you have to start making different decisions.
Right.
Whether he likes it or not, whether she likes it or not, whether they like it, like whoever. Like, so I've definitely fallen in love with who I've been becoming, but I'm not going to settle for something that's going to keep hindering that.
It's crazy because it might not have ever happened if he didn't get locked up. Like, you might have kind of stayed in that same storm.
I think that it was definitely a hamster wheel, but I don't want him to be in jail, and I would have never wished for him to go to jail.
Right.
But since he did go to jail, I have become more of who I am.
Yeah, like I just said. Like I just said, it forced you to be the person you're supposed to be. Since you're always up under him, even when y'all not together, you're still up under him because you rely on him a lot. You don't know who you are. And we don't really know who Jaidyn Alexis is to this day because she's always, Blueface's puppet. And that's just the truth.
And healing without him here was obviously a lot easier, because how are you going to heal when someone comes and sees you every other 3 days? So it's not super easy to heal like that.
And he's got you on this like consistent dopamine schedule where it's like there's just always some crazy shit happening.
I mean, I have the kids, so it's like, and then it's like if you have certain people or things going on at your house, I like hell if you think my kids are gonna go over there.
Right.
You're not about to be over there trying to poison my kids and some weird shit. Like, no.
Is that a real concern?
I would definitely not trust my kids over there if certain people are there. With him, sure, absolutely. He loves those kids. Like, he would do anything for those kids. But sometimes the people that he surrounds himself with, not so much.
But poisoning.
First of all, Blueface wouldn't have those kids by himself because he said it millions of times that he's not the babysitter. He said it millions of times that he's not the babysitter, and he is not the person to keep the kids by himself. So that's one reason why the kids are not going over there. Another reason why is because this man always got somebody at the crib. Like, I think it's rare that he be at the crib by himself. If Krishan's not there, somebody else is sliding, and that's just period.
A kid has got to be one of the worst things that you could ever imagine anybody doing. But you're saying you wouldn't put that past Krishan.
Correct.
Has that ever happened or anything?
No,
similar
it's
to
not.
That?
I just don't. I don't trust her.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust her with my kids, especially.
When we are together, there is nothing better. When you're here, it feels like home.
Craft together something special this holiday season.
You always make me feel like home.
considering what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, and the hatred that spews off of her about me, like, it's not something that I would feel comfortable with my kids doing.
Right. Because you don't want your kids to be spending time around this person so much that then that person starts to be able to feed narratives to them, etc.,
Yeah,
which you could very much imagine happening.
Yeah, and granted, you just never know what happens behind closed doors. And if I'm out somewhere or at home and like something was to happen.
Totally understand. I wouldn't trust Krishan with my dog. She just doesn't seem like the most responsible person to look out for other people's kids. She don't got that type of heart. Like, I just don't think she does. And I agree with Jaidyn on that part.
And because of that, I would end up in jail. You get what I'm saying? So it's like my kids are so precious to me and so just God sent that I would never allow anything that I felt any type of uneasy about to go down. And I know that he loves them, and but things happen when you're asleep. Things happen when you run to the store to grab some blunt. Things happen.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kids mysteriously fall, or kids mysteriously whatever.
Right.
I can't have that happen.
It's crazy because like me and my girl have had hypothetical conversations before about like if we were to split up, how long is the appropriate amount of time before you can introduce your kid to the new person that you're seeing? And I just realized from talking to her that like to her it is such a gigantic thing, like just that
100%.
introduction, which I guess I hadn't really thought about it that much. But I mean, yeah, like I think if you want to be respectful of the parental relationship, you have to treat that as a massive decision.
Well, yeah, that, and it's like, especially the age factor comes into play. So if you're introducing kids to somebody at a young age, you kind of are grooming them to be cool, like to look for that person.
Yeah.
Someone, if you're introducing them to a kid that's like 12 years old and you're like, oh, this is mom's new friend, different story than if they're 7 or 2. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful about shit like that. And I've definitely, like, I know all that. My mom was a single mom, and she never introduced me to anybody except like one person. And me and my sister were both old enough to understand like this is mom's dude, but things happen,
Definitely.
So, but he ended up being around for a very long time. So it was just like, you have to be careful about stuff like that. And especially if there's no respect level there. And like, granted, obviously there has been shit that's happened between the three of us. That's, but if there's no respect level when it comes to the kids, then I do not want you around my kids, period.
No, definitely. I just wanted to ask, what's your relationship with Wack at this point?
Me and Wack are cool. We're always been cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I talk to him here and there. He just he'll check in, see if we cool, or if something's going on in the media, and he's like, or I'm like, what the fuck is going on, or whatever. But me and him are cool. I mean, I haven't seen him in a really long time, granted because Blue's in jail, so there really hasn't been a reason to.
I mean, I think he appreciates you providing some sort of normalcy in his life, because when Blue wants
Stop
to be
touching
with
your
some
glasses,
crazy girl or
Jaidyn.
whatever, it's like he, as a manager,
Get
just
on my
kind of got to
nerves.
be along for the ride.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's like you can kind of tell that he would prefer Blueface have like a more simple way of life.
I think so too. I mean, I think that he's similar too. That he kind of, he Wack is crazy too, but I think that he prefers to have someone that's more of a stable human being. Granted, I don't know what he got going on, but
he's also 20 years older than Blueface, so he's had a little bit more time to realize that.
But he also appreciates a more stable relationship in his life also. But me and Wack are cool. Me and Wack have never had no problems, and he's seen me he's seen me and Blue go at it, and he will still be like, sis, fucking crazy, but we gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? We in this white neighborhood, but like me and him have never had no problems, and I think that he appreciates that because there's like a certain respect level that has to happen. Because it's like at the end of the day, I met him and he was his manager, and he was making so many moves for him. Like they were working together, and it was working. And just because he's in jail or just because they're not doing music at the moment doesn't mean like I'm gonna be disrespectful or something like that. No, that would never be me.
No,
and
definitely.
even if he says something that I don't necessarily agree with, doesn't mean I have to go and call him and cuss him out or something. I'll just be like, bro, what the is that?
Definitely. So what was it like going on Baddies after all these years of like
Baddies.
doing something that public and separate from the Blueface universe. It must have felt kind of
Pass me
crazy.
that. Let me see that. That's how I feel about
yeah,
that. No,
yeah,
let me
yeah.
see. But no, you know what? I really appreciate my baddie's experience. I do. I really had a good time, and I don't really have much negative to say about it. I know that people might put like a negative, connotation on it, but I had a good time. And I know I got into it, I might have got into it with somebody or whatever, but sometimes, that's what happens when you're with 20 bitches. That's the type of shit that happens. You're with 20 bitches and you speak your mind and somebody might not like it. That's all that happens. But my baddie experience, I loved it. I had a good time, and I appreciate the opportunity.
She was very boring on the season. I'm just gonna say, I didn't enjoy her as a character at all. I think she was kind of boring, and I think they should stop casting people that, may have a storyline because of what they do on social media, and then they come on baddies and they sit around and drink and they don't do nothing. Like, like, come on, please stop doing that. I'm tired of the boring people that they keep coming. They keep allowing to be on there. Like, it just
But do it again.
It's swag.
And
Tasiki is another one. Boring.
I really went there just to keep pushing the music and keep pushing my brand and just still kind of keeping the momentum going, like I said. And I don't really have much negative to say. Like fights happen. You get into, if you're around 20 females, I'm not around that many girls at once ever.
Right.
So like it was definitely like a culture shock to be like around all these girls and you don't know them, because I went in not knowing anybody. Some of the new girls I've heard of each other or whatever, but I didn't know anybody.
Was it more or less real than you thought it was going to be?
It was as real as I feel like it could have been, in considering the fact that like there is cameras rolling and cameras don't roll all the time. So it's like at some point you have to be like, oh, the cameras are rolling now, like this is what we're doing, or this is the scene that we're doing now. But then it's real reactions. Like obviously I need to know if I'm gonna go hiking today or going to do a striptease or something. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I need to know the room that I'm about to be in. But then when you get to that
Why does she
room,
keep touching her glasses? Like,
definitely
it's
just
really getting on my nerves. I cannot.
because sometimes they might
cannot
bring in someone you don't
focus.
like. You might have just fought that
Stop.
girl, and then now you guys all have to go sit at a lunch.
Right.
Like I need to know what we're doing. But when we get to that room, then we know
Why
what we're
does she
doing.
keep doing
Right.
that?
So I was never instructed to do anything like that I didn't want to do, or I was just told what the day was going to consist of, and you go from there.
They just set up scenarios that are likely to cause drama.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's filming, so it's like it's not like we're in the house and we're 24-hour in surveillance. That's not clearly that's not what's going on. So you get told what we're doing today, and then it's up from there.
Right.
So if we're going hiking today, cool. If we're going to go to lunch today, cool. But then from there, you know what you're doing.
How long does it take to film a season?
I was gone for 40 days. 30 some or 40 days.
Wow. Was that hard?
It was really hard because I've never been away from my kids that long.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's got to be difficult.
Yeah, and I feel like it was hard for them because it was like, their dad's gone and then I'm leaving for 30, 40 days and it's kind of like, what is going on?
Right.
But I had my people that are close to me around them. So, and I obviously talked to them every day, so I wasn't too concerned about that. But I know that it was hard on them for me to be gone that long. But I mean, moves got to be made. So, I mean, I don't regret going.
I am kind of sick of this, so I'm just gonna end it right here. Ending thoughts for part 2. I am just not a fan of Jaidyn, and I don't know. Like, as a person, I'm gonna say I think she's really chill, and I think she means well, but I just don't know who she is as a person. Like, I don't know what interest that she has. I don't know what she does outside of this. Is she, what really interests her as a person without Blueface? She met him so young, and I think that it's her parents' fault that she really committed to a relationship with him so young that she doesn't even know herself. You know what I mean? Because, when you get into relationships really young and you're like 100% in it, like, it's just too much for the young mind, when really you should be doing that at like 20 years old and on. But like 14 is really young. And excuse me. She was staying over Carlos's house, staying at his crib, being like, she was really with him 24/7. And I don't think that's healthy. And this is why as an adult, she don't know how to fully leave him. You know what I mean? Like, fully be on her own, fully do things that she wants to do Like I don't know. Like I don't know what she's good at. Does she know how to do hair? Does she know how to draw? Can she sing? No. Like we don't know anything about Jaidyn, and she doesn't know anything about herself. And that's why this time away from Blueface that she is forced to take while he's in jail is really opening her eyes a lot. And I know her and Krishan are going to revert back to how they were when he gets out because they're going to be forced to. He's not going to let them, you know, be themselves. He's not going to let them live. And that's just what it is. But I can't wait till he gets out because the circus needs to run, okay? And there's no circus without the leader, period. So free Blueface. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Go ahead and watch any of my other videos. I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.